Good evening. Oh, is this on? Oh, hit on. All right. Good evening. Welcome to Dre's Geek Philosophy. I'm here in our secret podcast studios. We have my regular co-host, Pete Molini.
Hey, how's it going?
Apparently, who we now have to call the most judgmental nerd we know. We're going to get into that in a minute. We also have executive producer, Sam Zia.
Hello.
And then we have a, do you want to be acknowledged, or are you just going to hide in the background? No, we also have Pete Molini's lovely girlfriend, Joanna. She's here. She may or may not join us on the microphones. It's her choice. She can decide if she wants to participate or not. But we're here in the Secret Podcast Studios. We're back at the Secret Podcast Studios this week. Our wonderful, awesome executive producer, Sam Zia, who is a newly minted father.
Yay!
Congratulations. His awesome son, Mojo Jojo, Majid Boo, Joseph Zia. Look at the proud papa. Love this guy.
This kid's so awesome.
His son is the coolest thing. I got to meet his son like literally 2 hours after he was born. It was great.
Yeah, you got to hold on to it for a second there. That was awesome.
I held the beautiful little Joseph Zia, little Mojo Jojo, as I call him. Jojo. And because I like Powerpuff Girls, I call him Mojo Jojo. Or why is his son not there? Because Sam Zia is working.
Yeah. This is what paternity leave looks like in radio.
Yeah, in the radio industry, this is paternity leave. He got a week off and he was right back into work. But I plan on doing an episode from the Sam Zia home where JoJo will be our guest and he will be cool. You will see the most relaxed baby on earth.
Seriously.
He's so relaxed.
He's got a full head of hair and he's the most mellow kid ever. He has to be mine.
He had a full head of hair just out of the womb, proving that he is son of Zia.
Yes.
Yeah! You hear suits. Executive producer Sam Zia. But we had decided what we were going to lead off on, and I totally forgot.
Yeah. What were we going to lead off on?
We're going to lead off on, I was going to say something ridiculous. Colbert. Okay, so this guy right here, my co-host, I'm going to turn the camera for a second just so you can see. My co-host, Pete Molini, apparently, we just found out right now, before we went on the air, Pete Molini, right here, thought the most judgmental nerd.
Judgmental nerd.
You are quite a judgmental nerd. And that's going to be your nickname now on the show. Much like Sam Zia is executive producer Sam Zia, you are now judgmental nerd Pete Molini.
Damn.
We just found out. He thought the Colbert Report was legit. He didn't know that Stephen Colbert was playing a character and making fun of Bill O'Reilly. You just realized what you watched the other Colbert show, like, why is he being a right-wing asshole?
No, I figured it out a while ago. What I'm saying though, like,
I'm just teasing, but yeah, I am shocked that you did not know that.
No, because other than that, all I knew him from was like voice acting.
But you never watched The Daily Show when he was a contributor?
Yeah, I just thought that's how he was, man.
You know those are all characters. I hate to dispel the myth.
Wow.
Much like professional wrestling, The Daily Show is a little bit produced.
A little bit.
It's a little bit produced. A lot of fun characters. But
I miss the old Colbert Report. The show's it's okay.
It's fine, but I do miss the ridiculous Stephen Colbert. He was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun watching that show.
Imagine that right now.
Colbert Report right now would be ideal.
Yeah.
But
imagine the Daily Show right now?
Oh well, you mean like a Jon Stewart-led Daily Show right now would be great.
He would have. I think in the last 2 or 3 days pulled out every last hair he had in his head.
Yeah. He would have removed all our heads, and that is the extent of the political talk you're going to get on this show.
Thank you.
Is anything in regards to comedy, because comedy always comes first. Yeah. The statement I want to lead off with is that, like, we're here. We're not going to talk about the crazy things. So I'm sure on wherever you get your social media from. It's inundated with it. So this show is kind of here to provide a respite and an island.
Yes.
Levity.
An island of levity to relieve the pressure of the ridiculousness of the real world. And speaking of ridiculousness, I want to talk about one of the most ridiculous things that I love. Because I've been doing this crazy binge rewatch of 30 Rock.
Okay.
Like this morning I watched a couple more episodes from season 5, and one of the best sequences I saw was Alec Baldwin. His character was talking to Tracy Morgan / Tracy Jordan, same thing.
Same thing.
And he was telling because the character Tracy Jordan's character, Tracy Morgan's character, it's Tracy's character.
Tracy
had he won an Oscar, and he had become very respected. Like, I don't want to be respected anymore. I want to go back to TV. I want to go back to where I was. And freaking Alec Baldwin did the one of the best little speeches I'd ever seen. Like, he was literally making fun of himself. He's like, if you ever want to just lose all the respect you have, just go do television. You could go win awards. You can do a good supporting role and then nail it on Broadway. Like, he did this whole thing where, like, literally, he's talking about himself. He's talking about Alec Baldwin, like Jack Donaghy. If you want to lose everyone's respect, just go do TV. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, he's talking about himself. Yeah. He's making fun of himself. And that's what, inherently, that's what I love about 30 Rock. They just rip themselves apart. They just tear, like, SNL. Tina Fey herself, friggin' Alec Baldwin, Tracy Morgan, like
Tracy Morgan. It's like when you see him in interviews too, like you're just like, how much did they have to make up? Like,
I feel like they really didn't have to. Like, they're just Tracy. I mean, like, his character's named Tracy. Like, they're just letting him go. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, Tracy, just do your thing. Okay, I'm gonna get you pregnant.
Well, you know that who was it? Oh, Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald, when he had that sitcom, the Norm Show. They did his whole interview. The creator of the show did his whole interview how, like, oh, it's a tradition, like the Andy Griffith Show and this and that. And Norm Macdonald just said, she's like, no, I don't respond to any other name but Norm.
Yeah. I'm gonna respond. If you call me Kevin, I'm not gonna know you're talking to me. I'm sure that was I feel that was a struggle in Dirty Work because his character's name wasn't Norm.
No.
He's hilarious. No, he's like a comedian's comedian. Like I've back when I listened to like the Jay Moore's podcast, and they always talk about how Norm Macdonald is fucking hilarious. Like the comedians love Norm Macdonald. He's a freaking. Yeah. But a lot of people don't get him. But it's just like his comedy is like I guess it would be an acquired taste. But I was always rolling.
Hilarious. So deadpan, man.
The deadpan wit. But to flip that back. 30 Rock, there's all kinds of freaking ridiculous deadpan. Like, the other thing I love about the show is like the guest stars who come in and they're making fun of themselves.
Yeah, they had a lot of people, man.
I mean, like John Hamm, like because I remember I was watching 30 Rock before I'd ever watched Mad Men, and so I did not know who John Hamm was. So like when he was the doctor who was so handsome that like no one ever told him that he was wrong or dumb because he was so unbelievably handsome.
In the bubble.
He lived in the bubble, and doing this rewatch and like with the because obviously later on I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, John Hamm. I'm like, oh shit, same guy. Holy crap. It's even funnier now. Because I go back and rewatch that, I think it's season 1 or season 2, where he's the doctor, and I'm like, oh my god, John Hamm is amazingly ridiculous.
Did he lose his hands or whatever?
Yeah, he eventually lost his hands. It's like, oh, apparently you can't wave while you're exiting a helicopter. That's the thing I love. The show always set all these joke traps.
Yeah,
like there's all these little like I almost feel like the show was too smart for its own good sometimes.
Well, that's the thing too. Like I feel like a lot of people didn't get the jokes because it wasn't your typical sitcom. Like,
it was not.
Like they would say something ridiculous and just move on.
Yeah,
they wouldn't focus on it.
No, not the microwaves that we use to test. No, not the kittens that we use to test microwave strength. It's just a throwaway line like that. I don't know. We're just like, did they just say what I thought they said? And then like Tracy Morgan was like the king of those, but then like Alec Baldwin had a shitload of those too. Or like another one where like they'd set traps where it's like, Liz Lemon explains, it's lizzing, where you're laughing and peeing at the same time, or you're peeing so hard you're laughing. And at the end of the episode, that's the one where they had to like make a fake rocket launch for Tracy's character to make him think he's going to the moon. So they faked the launch, and then like you see like Tracy's losing mind. I'm lizzing. Like they set that trap at the beginning. If you don't watch the whole episode, all of a sudden like, why is he yelling out I'm lizzing? But it's fucking hilarious because like he's pissing and laughing. He's so excited he's pissing and laughing at the same time. And then there was another one where like it was a snart, where apparently you snort and fart at the same time. The show was lowbrow and highbrow at the same time. It was it's amazing. I'm thoroughly enjoying this insane rewatch and like catching all these little things. Like there was a Mad Men reference early on in the show where Liz's mom talks about when she got out of college she was a secretary at freaking Sterling Cooper. Yeah. She was a secretary of Sterling Cooper, and I was like, wait a minute, like pause on Netflix, like, wait, did she just say what I thought she said? Rewind. Yep. Liz Lemon's, like, apparently continuity-wise, 30 Rock and Mad Men are in the same universe.
And also at the end of the series.
At the end of the series?
Yeah, at the end of the series, where he talks to Jack Donaghy, he says, like, oh, where are you going to end up? He goes, no, it doesn't end. It doesn't end that way. That Don's gonna end up with Peggy, and
Don's gonna end up with Peggy and us.
Working with Peggy, and
there was another Mad Men reference at the end of the. I haven't. I have to get to the end of that because right now I'm in the middle of season 5 of my epic rewatch, and it's this morning, the 2 episodes I saw this morning, I watched the 100th episode, so there was a lot of other callbacks. Like some of the other great guest stars, like freaking Michael Sheen. Yeah. Like I did not know who he was back then. He was just this British guy, and then going back and seeing him, and like now I've listened to him on other podcasts on like Doug Lowe's movies and stuff, and he's epically hilarious. Yeah. Also willing to make fun of himself. There was lots of Liz's boyfriends. I mean, Matt Damon was a Liz Lemon boyfriend.
What was it? Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek was freaking Jack Donaghy's freaking girlfriend. Yeah. Back then, I did not know who she was. Elizabeth Banks was his baby mama. Yeah, Jack Donaghy's baby. Yeah. It was God. I cannot stress enough how much I love 30 Rock.
With the McFlurry.
Oh, so I'm like, I love the McFlurries. The weirdness of the show is all those characters just being crazy.
When she came back, they went away for the weekend, and then she lost her accent because he was so good.
I think what was great is like she was wearing she was wearing a Battlestar Galactica shirt, and she walks in and is like, I'm wearing this ridiculous shirt, and I don't understand what it says, and it's like some sort of that's like the F word in Battlestar Galactica. It's like, I don't understand what this shirt says. The show slays me, and if any of you who are listening to this have not watched 30 Rock, go on Netflix. The first couple episodes are like, it's funny. Much like most NBC sitcoms, the first few episodes of a show are like they're kind of establishing the universe and setting up. I felt it was a little serious, even though the very first episode provided one of my favorite Tracy Morgan lines of all time. Like, it's a line I drop on people all the time, where it's like, "Oh, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Nah, Superman does good. You're doing well." I drop that on people all the time. Superman does good. You're doing well. Or
take the twofer.
He said that twofer. He's a twofer. He's black and he went to Harvard.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite lines of all time. I am a Jedi. I am a Jedi. And it's because Tracy Moore, he did that in the 100th episode, but everyone was taking him seriously. Like, oh wow, look, he's doing an attack against the patriarchy or something or other by being ridiculous. Show's so good.
Because they were making fun of Martin Lawrence, right? Who
I think at that point, because the show started like in 07, because the public freak out or whatever.
Yeah, and he was like on the freeway or something.
Because like Tracy Morgan's character was like running on the freeway with the lightsaber. Martin Lawrence, he put on the trash bags and was running around like, I'm trying to lose weight for a role. Yeah. Apparently, maybe after Big Mama's house, he gained a little too much weight.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't need the fat suit.
They didn't need the fat suit anymore.
But yeah, and then today also I actually like. And if you've already watched 30 Rock, I recommend on Netflix to watch the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, because it's literally the same. And then
it's the sequel.
It's the sequel to 30 Rock. Because I rewatched the last 2 episodes, and I totally had forgotten that Tina Fey's in there playing Marcia Clark.
Yeah.
We're just famous California lawyers. No one out here in the Midwest knows who we are. And then John Hamm was the freaking the cult leader. Yeah. And he's so great. Oh my God, John Hamm is one of my favorite people on earth.
Doesn't she say as Marcia Clark too? Like, well, we got him. He's in jail now. Or
Yeah. There's a call like, oh, we got OJ. He's in jail now, but we loosened that jelly jar.
Yeah.
That was the line that she said.
No.
We loosened that jelly jar. But yeah, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. That's another like, and then I have to start season 2. But also, to finish up the TV topic, what I'm also trying to do, I haven't watched Daredevil season 2, and I still haven't watched Luke Cage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to marathon those, and we'll probably have an episode where like half the episode is dedicated to my reaction to. Cause I kind of want to get it done before Iron Fist and Jessica Jones season 2 come out. Yeah, Iron Fist is coming out soon.
Like in March or.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be on. I tried watching. I think I'm on like the second or third episode of Daredevil, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really digging it.
Really?
For whatever reason, I'm just kind of just like, meh. I'm kind of like. I love the first season of Daredevil, but so far, like couple episodes into this, into Daredevil season, I'm like, meh.
Really? I mean, the first episode when.
Well, the first episode was fine, but like the second and third episodes, I'm kind of just like.
Oh, you gotta wait. Like the Punisher's kind of a slow burn.
Really?
Yeah, but it's worth it. Like.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because literally after I finished, I think it was I finished episode 3, I immediately went back to go watch 30 Rock. Daredevil episode 3 bored me. I'm gonna go watch more 30 Rock. Like I'm gonna finish this epic.
I think that's
rewatch.
I think that's the problem with anything though, like sequel wise, because once you already we've seen that, it's already been done now, like, and then they give you. Well, this is what you love, but I already saw it.
Well,
that explains Three's a Crowd.
Three's a Crowd. But no, there's something about like the way they're constructing the Punisher character, and like the episode I watched was was the Punisher, and Daredevil was chained up on the roof, and like, oh, he made him do the whole thing where he taped the gun to his hand, like, you're gonna have to shoot me or shoot him, no, and then Daredevil like intelligent, like, oh, I'm gonna shoot the chain.
Yeah.
And I was just, for whatever reason, I can't explain, it was just not compelling to me. I don't know why. I mean, like I said, maybe it's more of a long setup, Again, and I'm a person who can appreciate a setup to a payoff. I do enjoy that when that does happen. But for right now, I'm kind of just like, I felt bad. Like after that, I feel like I'm going to struggle through these episodes.
Oh, you haven't? Has Elektra shown up yet?
No, Elektra has not shown up yet, so I know Elektra is a thing.
That's a pretty good. That's an interesting thing. And then we did the hallway fight didn't get you. Like
that was the only cool part of that third episode was like when he goes through but what was weird. I felt that was them trying to top the hallway fight from the first season.
Oh yeah,
and I was just kind of like.
He's going down the stairs now.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, it's like it's bikers on parade.
Yeah.
Where like the hallway fight, like he beat up those same 8 guys up and down that hallway. Where this one, it was just like, we need to go bigger, we need to do more, we need all the things. As I do my Vince McMahon voice, we need to throw 15 bikers at Daredevil this time. We need to go bigger because everything's bigger in the sequel. And
he had a chain tied to his arm.
He had the chain. The chain was pretty cool, but I don't know. I feel I'm gonna have to force myself through Daredevil because I really want to watch Luke Cage because of the comic books. I'm a huge fan of Luke Cage now, and I rewatched the Luke Cage trailer and I saw how he has the bracelets of the tiara. I was like, they snuck in that little homage to the comic. I was like, ha 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 ha. Well done, Netflix / Marvel. You're sneaking in that little homage to the OG freaking Sweet Christmas.
The Netflix shows are really good at that, man. Like, I mean, even Daredevil, you see the Stiltman's legs.
Right, the Stiltman legs were in the background of the workshop. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So they're really good at like sneaking that stuff in there.
But I fear that like my this apathy that I sort of have right now with Daredevil season 2 as I work my way through it is more of just like my expectations are probably too high and I'm being not as judgmental as you, sir, but since you are the most judgmental, I'm gonna hit that pretty often from here on out until like eternity. I'm sure that pleases Joanna over there. Someone else calling you out on your judgmentalness.
Not judgmental.
So let's go into that for a minute because we're gonna go because I watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them last week. So we're gonna transition into our second kind of topic-ish. We're gonna kind of organically talk about a few things. So I'm gonna use that opportunity because I watched that Harry Potter movie. movie last week. I'm late to the party because
I haven't seen it yet.
You still haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
You can do what I did. You can go to there's that theater in Pasadena
$2.
where it's $2 before 6, $3 after 6.
Yeah.
I watched it. It was $2. I had $2 hot dogs to raise my sodium content and increase my chance for heart disease.
Yeah.
And I watched the movie and I really enjoyed it.
Really?
As in the tweet that I send out, I'm like, oh, it's more of the Harry Potter universe. Please, Warner Brothers, give me more. I really enjoy it. But I think, here's why this is why you're gonna like the movie.
Okay.
All right, Eddie Redmayne, I felt like he was auditioning to play Doctor Who.
Yeah. From what I've seen, it looks like, yeah.
His character throughout Fantastic Beasts was literally like he's a doctor, and I don't know if you saw today's announcements.
No.
12th Doctor, he's done after this series.
Oh,
it
really?
was and now here's a transition. While you and your lovely girlfriend were at Universal Studios today, that announcement was made. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that on the Twitters.
Oh man!
While I was at my other job, at my other side job today. I noticed that at the end of this series, series whatever 17 or whatnot, whatever number they're on of the modern.
We can't do anything anymore.
I know, right?
I know, yeah. You guys go to Harry Potter Land for a day, and all of a sudden you miss out on the. It's like in the pre-show meeting, I was trying to think. I'm like, oh God, I couldn't think of any news, and like as we're talking, I just organically remembered. Oh yeah, Pete Malini loves Doctor Who, and I saw that. I saw that news today, and then relating it to Fantastic Beasts. So right here, it's perfect. So I think Eddie Redmayne should be the 13th Doctor. He auditioned for it with this movie. The movie was fun. It's totally set in the if you love the Harry Potter, but it's weird. Like the weird thing I liked about the movie was it's kind of like the American side of the Harry Potter universe. So, I mean, I presume you've seen the 8 Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
But it was the American side. Like they had totally different terms. Like instead of Muggles, it's like you're a nomage.
Oh, cool.
Like it was totally weird.
But that.
Go on.
No, from what I've read too, they're saying it's more adult too. It's not.
It was a little bit more adult. There was definitely a lot. Well, I mean, the Harry Potter movies had a lot of dead people, but this one definitely had its fair share of killing. Yeah, killing. Had its fair share, but that's the nature of these movies.
Yeah,
kids you can't be as innocent anymore. They have to deal with the realities of all this stuff. But the movie was real cool. I'm not going to spoil. Like there's a couple of cool things that happen in the movie, and I'm not going to spoil it for you or for anyone else who happens to be either listening to this or watching it right now live. But
there's supposed to be like 6 of them.
I hope so. No, it was like this movie was a lot of fun. But now to turn it back, since both of you went to Harry Potter Land today, I want to get some. I have not been because I have not gone because I am broke.
No,
I'm kind of broke. I have to work a couple different side jobs. I have to do the Uber thing. That's a subject that we're not going to cover. And I have a couple other
much like politics.
And then since that kind of.
What's the funny thing about that?
Funny thing about that?
We took a lift here.
You took a lift here.
Joanna's never been on a lift.
Oh really? This is your first time taking a ride share? Okay.
And she was a little nervous. She was a little nervous about
riding a ride share.
Yeah. It is. You really think about it. It's kind of weird.
Well, because
a stranger is picking you up.
No. Now think about it. 10 years ago.
Only that aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Good. 10 years ago, it was like don't get into cars with strangers and don't talk to strangers on the internet. And now, use the internet to find a stranger and get in his car.
Pretty much, right?
Because when I'm out, I've been doing it since like November. It's still kind of weird for me, when a stranger gets in my car, and me being me, I'm kind of like, oh hey, how's it going? How's your night going? And 50% of the time, it's no response. Take me to where the fuck I'm going, or I ask them, okay, you're going to insert location here, and I drive them there. And sometimes it'll be a really cool conversation. I have to resist the urge to flirt with some of the ladies. Sometimes they want to talk, sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. It's kind of fun. And some of the I had a long comic book conversation the other day. I drove somebody to Santa Monica. I don't know if I mentioned this last week. I might have mentioned it last week, but I'm gonna talk about it again. Fuck it. But oh yeah, I drove some dudes from Pasadena to Santa Monica, and we ended up talking about the Watchmen. It was pretty funny.
Nice.
So sometimes there'll be weird conversations like that. But back to your rideshare experience. So you guys took a rideshare here. And you thought it was weird because you got into a weird car with a weird stranger who drove you.
I've done it a couple of times. I've done it a handful of times, but yeah, Joanna wasn't too excited about doing it.
You weren't excited about getting in some stranger's car. I'm like, you don't know how well this guy can drive. Hi. Well, there's all kinds of danger you can get between Universal Studios and the secret location of the podcast
Yeah.
studio.
And then, like, because I remember, like, the first time I ever took a ride share, the guy picked me up, and he was like, the first thing he said was like, "Oh, I have to take the freeway there. I'm not very good on the freeways."
Oh, God.
You know, like, he's like, "But we'll be all right."
How reassuring.
Yeah.
I feel this explains why my driver rating is really high.
Yeah.
No, that, and I think he said that he just got his license or something.
Yeah, that time, yeah.
Yeah, see, the times I've gone to the little Uber bungalow in Burbank to go either complain or get some like paperwork sorted out, I have heard that many times where like there's people rolling up there with their freshly minted license and their freshly minted car registration, and I'm like, sorry, you haven't been a driver long enough to
Yeah.
be an Uber driver.
16-year-olds are like lining up. I need money for this. Come on.
Yeah.
I know. Ironically, it's
Not
usually.
for my $500.
Ironically, it's older immigrants usually. Like it was this old Mexican dude. It was like, I want to drive. I got to my license. I got my license.
Yes,
I would
sir.
like to drive. I want to drive.
More power to them.
More power to
Yeah.
him, right? But okay. So you guys, so to steer it all the way back.
Way
So
back.
you guys went to Harry Potter Land.
I went to Harry Potter.
How was that?
I don't know. I mean, I think I had only seen videos and stuff from the one from Florida.
Right.
I'm assuming that one's way bigger than what we have.
That is
here.
my presumption, since there's
Yeah.
lots of open swampland out there.
But it was pretty small, huh? Like,
It was small. Aesthetically, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was really pretty.
I mean,
So
For
which
me,
Mhm.
I mean, I have a heart problem. I couldn't go on the ride.
you couldn't go on the one awesome ride that they had.
So I'm
Well,
just
they
like,
have one ride
So-
and one awesome ride.
yeah. So I'm just like.
She has a heart condition, so she cannot go on the rides.
I was just like, fuck this room. I don't want to go on the ride anyway. I have to wait for 45 minutes.
Yeah,
So-
you have to wait 45 minutes for the ride to potentially kill you.
yeah.
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 So
But, see,
either way,
but that's the thing Universal's good at, is like you're walking around and you're like in that world.
Yeah,
You know?
that was the next question I'm about to ask. How was the atmosphere of the Harry Potter
yeah,
world?
Like it was cool. Like it was like you felt
It was
like you
really
were
cool.
in those movies, and like, you know, it was snowing. like
That's kind of cool.
butterbeer cards at every place.
Did you have butterbeer?
no.
Oh, the frosted
Why not?
butterbeer is the
Was it too expensive?
No, it wasn't that. It just, I mean,
Come on, sole proprietor of the Nostalgic Books and Comic Book Store.
I would no.
I thought
Oh, it's the best.
the weirdest thing too was that there was carts everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're dressed up in, you know, like their Harry Potter gear, and they're selling Coronas.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see how there's a problem.
People are
No, but it
I don't see the problem there.
No, but it's like oh, it's a magic Corona or what is it? Like, you know, like.
Hey, maybe
Will
some.
magically disappear
Hey.
in 5 minutes.
As a person who used to get frequently shit-faced at California Adventure, there is value to getting drunk at a theme park, sir.
That is literally what he said, magic corona.
No, but I think that because I haven't been to Universal Studios in years.
Mhm.
Like going back to the last time I was there, Back to the Future was
Still a ride.
was still a
Oh, rip.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rest. Oh, I missed the Back to the
And
Future
I
ride.
don't remember there being so much beer in Universal Studios. Like people were walking around with big cans and like.
To be honest, I don't think I've been to Universal Studios during the day in a very long time. I've gone to a couple Halloween Horror Nights, but I haven't done a daytime trip to Universal
I
yet.
got my season pass. I
You-
go
right.
there as often as I can.
Nice.
I take, Lily with me.
Of course.
She is all about the Harry Potter stuff. When you go to Ollivanders, did you do
Get a
the
wand.
Ollivanders?
No,
thing?
there was a big line.
Of course, there's a big line. Everybody wants a freaking wand.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got picked.
Hell, I want a wand.
Like to like get the wand, and she totally did it, and she ended up being the
Nice.
daughter of the wand. The wands there are expensive, but they're cool because
Right.
you can actually use them on the park to make stuff work.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the coolest part about it. If you get one of the wands, there's specific places that you can send. There's a little medallion on the ground that shows you where to go.
Okay.
And on the medallion, it shows you what you're supposed to do with the wand.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah, whatever spell you have
I'm a
to
nerd.
say and whatever action you have to do, and it'll make the display in the window totally react to it if you do it right.
Oh, man,
And
that's cool.
Lily lost her mind with that because she started getting it right and she just loved it.
That's awesome.
That and Ollivanders is really cool. The ride of the good ride there. is
What?
solid.
So the ride,
It's
are you getting
solid.
on like a buckbeak, one of those things? Was it a hippogriff or something, or no?
No, it's you're riding the broom.
Oh, you riding a broom?
Yeah.
Oh, kick ass.
Yeah, I think.
I thought you'd get on.
If memory serves. But yeah, it's what they did with the Simpsons ride is they started with that, and the next evolution of that kind of ride was a Transformer ride.
Right.
Then this is now this Harry Potter ride is the new next evolution of that kind of.
I haven't. I think the last time I've been on a Universal, I was out in Universal Florida, and I rode the Spider-Man ride out there, which
is it
was
a
like
magic motion kind of ride.
that was the greatest ride I've ever been on in my life. I have not had an experience that topped that Spider-Man ride, where it was kind of like you were moving, but you weren't moving very far. But like the whole environment, and I was like, "Oh, Doc Ock fired fire at me," and someone else, like, there's water, and it was just like, I don't know what's happening, but this is the most amazing experience in my life.
I'm going to save up money specifically to get you a season pass, so you can go during the day to see what, like, because the Transformer ride sounds similar to that Spider-Man ride.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And this Harry Potter ride is the next step.
Yeah, because that time, I mean, I rode that Spider-Man ride. God, that was like, I was in Orlando when I was working for Nintendo. That was like 2006, I want to say. So it's been like, it's been 11 years since I've gone to a Universal Park during the day proper.
Here, just to show you the step in the evolution that I'm telling you, as far as ride goes, Maria and I got stuck in it upside down.
Oh. For fuck's sake, I want to go to there.
Yeah.
30 Rock reference.
I see that.
Lemon out.
But that's like their thing now. Like we saw, what was it? There's the Fast and the Furious thing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's part of the tour.
Oh, it's on the part of the tour?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's the thing I kind of miss. I kind of want to go on the tram tour.
Yeah.
I mean,
The tram tour.
We and this is the cool thing. We actually have a friend that works over there. And she used to be able to hook up front of the line passes, but not anymore.
oh, because the place is probably overrun now with the Harry Potter land. There's like it's so popular now.
And
I bet.
Just being able to sit down and talk with her about some of the stuff going on there, the changes happening there, the changes that happened in the park over the last 5 years have made it something where it's like, oh yeah, cool. Why we could spend an afternoon there. Now it's something where I'm looking forward to the days where I'm going to take Lily out of school purposely
to go to Universal
there because there's so much fun stuff, and she's just now tall enough to ride the awesome.
Nice.
So this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, because man, I want to like the timetable. Like the last time I went to Universal during the day, I think they were building the Jurassic Park ride. That's how long ago it was.
That is a while.
Dude.
That was a long. They were building the Jurassic Park ride. ET was still a thing. The ET ride was still a thing.
Oh, dude.
The downstairs was barely kind of a thing. That kind of you literally only went downstairs to get on ET and then have to take the stairs right back up.
Yeah.
I remember
And then
those days
like
too.
Battlestar Galactica was still on the tour.
It's
I think
10 times better now.
Oh, is it still Battlestar? But like it's like the modern.
No, the entire park is
The entire
10
park.
times
Yeah,
better.
because my buddy Mike, I think he still works there.
Yeah.
He took me there for an employee night for blah 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 Halloween Horror Nights. So the rides weren't really open. It was like it was all just the mazes and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was kind of I remember I saw like the outside of the whole Simpsons area. I'm like, wow, that's insane. And like I got to walk around the park, but we didn't. Like, it wasn't rides. It was all mazes.
Yeah.
So like I remember but that was like I want to say that was like 7 years ago I went. I think that was the last time I set foot inside the park.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in going. Just right now, kind of like it's not a financially. I mean, I just let my finally was able to let my my Disneyland pass expire finally this past month. They said like, do you want to renew? I'm like, no.
Oh.
I can't spare that $60 a month or whatever I was paying.
Yeah. But that's interesting. Like, I haven't been there in years. It's totally different, and like
Because like they have like because there's like a Shrek land or something right now, right?
there was a ride, and then
Like
they
Shrek 4D or something.
Yeah, there's a ride, and then they did what was it? Despicable Me. Has
Right.
Has like
That's
a
on the
little,
Universal property. Yeah.
has a whole little land.
Oh, really?
Like you ever seen the first movie?
Yeah, of course I love her. Those movies are fun.
The carnival they go to.
Oh, really?
They built that. Like it's there. Like and there's minions running around. Yeah. Funland, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
they built that, and it's like it's they got minions running around. It's really.
Is there a Terminator thing still, or is that
No,
get replaced by something else?
I think they replaced I think they got replaced by the Transformers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I remember, yeah. Because do they have a mummy ride still, or was a mummy ride that or?
It might have been on the other side. We didn't go to the lower level. We just,
Oh, you didn't go to lower level.
No, we just went. We did the shows, and then we did the.
Obviously, Harry Potter. You guys did the Harry Potter line first, naturally, right?
No.
Really?
I wanted to go.
You wanted to.
Springfield.
Yeah,
You went to Springfield?
Went to Springfield first.
You went to the chicken place that used to be Doc Brown's chicken place, and now it's like some other.
It wasn't as good.
No, because you got the.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed it from Doc Brown's to something.
To Cletus. Cletus
Yeah,
is right.
Cletus' fried chicken. The Simpsons area is pretty cool.
Oh, all right.
And that's the thing. You mentioned it's small. It is small, but they found a good way to compact everything close to each other so that it's
Good, because we had to sacrifice
you don't have to really bust ass to get from one place to another.
because we sacrificed the Universal Amphitheater for the Harry Potter land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I drive down Olive, I always see you see the Hogwarts Castle from the.
I see that every day coming into to work from my place.
Nice.
Yep.
That it makes it so that even though I know what's going on, it adds such an element of magic to what's going on. Like just driving.
So it's just an aesthetic thing, right? I mean, or like when you're actually in the park, is there like an element to go inside the Hogwarts Castle, or is it just kind of like
part of the ride goes through?
part of the ride goes through the Hogwarts Castle? Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's.
I was curious about that.
This is my goal now.
What?
I'm saving up money to buy you a freaking ticket.
To buy a
It's
ticket.
going to be the season pass so that we can go and like when I take Lily, I'm taking you. Because you're going to love it's really started to cater to nerds.
Oh yeah.
It certainly seems that way with the Simpsons and Harry Potter
And
and
Nintendo jumping.
that's right. There's going to be Nintendo elements coming in.
Not only that, I think PlayStation might. No, Sony's not involved in that.
No. No, because Nintendo has a partnership with Universal where they're going to add. They're going to make a Super Mario Land.
Right there.
In there, so I wonder what's gonna replace over here.
And this is how attuned to that stuff the employees are there. I went in with the shirt that I have that has Bowser and Donkey Kong, like a lifelike Bowser and Donkey Kong fighting over a lifelike princess. And
the employees were like all over it.
The employees were just nerding out over the shirt the whole time.
Right.
Really,
it's like we were talking about a couple weeks ago. Gaming is much more ubiquitous now. Like it's acceptable to like gaming.
Talking about gaming.
All right, so Sam Zia wants this out of me. So you're gonna pull it out of me.
I am poking the bear.
It's poking the bear because for anyone who watched the first episode, or listen or is gonna listen to the first episode at some point when we put this sucker on iTunes at some point in the future. I got very. We talked about a subject I was passionate about. He wants more passion out of me. So now, with these, we're gonna talk about something passionate.
We need to have a produced kind of a disclaimer for this.
A produced disclaimer. I might get a little angry here.
Statements made by Dre at this time do not necessarily reflect the viewpoints and statements of Sam Zia or anybody
Pete Malini. All right, so because you always want me to, or you want me to talk something about I'm passionate about. So in regards to video games, so a long time ago I tried to do the whole blog thing, and one of my blogs I had 3 different blogs. That's how start. One of them was I called the blog I Hate It Here. Whenever I got angry about something, I would go on the blog and I'd blog about it. And it was around the time of the electronic game show, the E3. I remember walking around the show and I got very mad. I got very angry at the state of the industry. And this was like a few years ago. And I feel like we're still kind of barreling downwards. I feel that the hardcore gamer is killing the game industry.
Please explain.
Let me explain why the hardcore gamer is killing the game industry. Because we have these unreasonable expectations now. That we want games that are long. We want games that are like everything we want them to be. And when these studios crank them out and they don't live up to the hype, we shit on them. We take open crap shits on them. People openly say, I don't want to pay for this game. I'm not going to buy this game. You go on message boards. You go on, YouTube comments. People really shit on games. Like, even if a game is popular, people take a freaking heaping dump on it.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off. And, like, people who don't even play the game say a game is bad. And they go around talking about how bad it is. Or people refuse to... Or there's this disdain of paying full price for a game. There's this, like, I'm not going to pay full price for that game. I don't want to do that. Fuck that company. And you know what? And And you wonder why there's sequels coming out and there's hardly any original games. You wonder why the game companies only put out kind of like crap games, to be honest. I mean, or games that are safe. It's because we don't buy them anymore.
Yeah, and a lot of the good games are the independent ones that people really just let fly under the radar.
Yeah, no. So, and so when people say, "Oh, why don't companies do this?" I'm like, because this all was very rooted back when I was working for Nintendo. A lot of this was rooted from that because people used to give me all kinds of shit. Why doesn't Nintendo do this, or why doesn't Nintendo do that? You know why Nintendo doesn't do a lot of the things that you love? Because no one was buying the fucking games.
Yeah.
No one, like, no one takes, there is no way to get, I'm trying to put this together here. It was not financially responsible to take chances anymore. Because every time you take a chance and publish a game that, was kind of like independent or something weird, the nerds wouldn't come on and buy it. Let me make some for instances with Nintendo. So everyone complained about the Wii because it was very focused towards non-gamers. Yeah. You know what? Those are the people who wanted to spend money. Because at that point, quote unquote hardcore gamers looked at Nintendo as a toy, like the GameCube or whatnot. They're like, oh, it's for kids. Yeah. Oh, it's not meant for me. I am 20-something years old. I'm not playing Nintendo. That's for children. But you know who bought the Wii? Non-gamers. Yeah. People who do not have those freaking predispositions. I used to go to GameStops and they would complain like, why are people buying this stupid system? It's underpowered. It's motion controlled. I'm like, it's fun.
Yeah.
People who want to play games want to inherently have fun. And then these quote unquote hardcore gamers, they're more about like, oh, this game, this isn't what I want. I don't want it. Fuck this game. This is stupid. It's not exactly what I want. It's not fit into my tiny little freaking the little box of what I want. So fuck that game. Yeah. People don't give games chances anymore.
People always look for something to rail against.
Yeah. People want to complain about it. Or actually, yeah, people want to complain about it.
That's what the social media is for.
That's what social media is for. No, but I'd see it out in the field. When I used to go around, I was in stores every day, and I would see this all the time where people complain about sequels, but what sells the best? Fucking sequels. People constantly complain that, oh, Nintendo's putting out another Mario game. Like, you know what? That Mario game is putting money in their fucking pockets. Because every time they try to put an independent game, like let's put out this crazy game for the hardcore game. There was a game called No More Heroes, which I was just talking about because they're putting out another one for the Nintendo Switch. Yeah. And big game. I even made a joke about it yesterday that I bought 3 copies of the game. One for myself, one for the girl I was dating at the time, who's also a gamer, and I bought another one. I don't know if I bought it for my brother or if I bought it for someone else. I bought 3 copies of the game because I bought 3 copies at full price because I want to support the game. But the game didn't sell for shit because they made this game that was targeted at quote unquote hardcore gamers. Yeah. But you know what? Those consumers don't want to pay full price. They don't want to freaking. They're like, no, I'll wait for it when it's clearance. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? That's why the games that you want don't get made. Because you don't want to pay for them. You want them handed free. Or what here was my favorite thing that would annoy me back at Nintendo. Oh, I want to get an R4 for my 3DS because I don't want to pay for games. Really? Because that totally helps the industry. Oh yeah.
Explain the R4.
Oh, for the people who don't know what an R4 is, it was a cartridge that you would put into your DS. They also didn't. Yeah, they put it in your system, and then you'd get a micro SD card. And pop it in your computer, and then you go online and you download illegal copies of the games. Yeah. And then you take that little SD card, the micro SD card, you pop it in that cartridge, you put the cartridge in your regular DS, because thankfully for the 3DS, I don't know if it was a thing for the 3DS later on, but people would get illegal copies of the games. Yeah. And play them, it always would annoy me because when people would be at a physical store and I'd be wearing my Nintendo badge and they'd come up to me and ask me, "Hey, how do I get one of those R4 things?"
Yeah.
Wow. It's like going up to a cop and like, "Hey, how do I rob that bank over there?"
Officer, can you light this joint for me?
Yeah. Officer, can you light? Can you back when it was still illegal? Can you light this joint for me? Can you show me where I can commit this crime? Yeah. And I got into an argument online with someone else the other day regarding this whole because people were complaining about the classic NES. Like the quote unquote hardcore gamer. So let me get back to my original point. The hardcore gamer complain, why are people buying this $60 classic NES?
That's fun.
No, yeah. It's fun, and they could just get it illegally online. They can just download they can play the ROMs. Why are they paying $60 for it? And I immediately commented, I'm like, because they're not like you. They don't know that they can. They just want to play the games. They're not going to go through the whole process of finding out an emulator or freaking how to run it on their computer or how to do all this stuff. And like, no, they want to play they are a normal consumer. They are not a hardcore gamer where like, I'm going to find this for the cheapest way possible because I don't want to pay any money to support this industry that I quote unquote love. All these people who say that they're gamers, they don't want to spend money. And that's why the gaming industry moves away from us. Because we're being dicks about the thing that we love.
Now, here's a level of historical context to you.
Okay. Historical context from Sam Zia.
You got that. The opening argument you made is something that goes back historically to the E.T. game.
Right.
Where people who haven't played the games complain the most about it and demonize it the most. Now, I actually played the E.T. game.
You played
so
you could provide controvertible, verifiable witness statement that the game was awful.
Yeah. But that game right there and that level of cynicism, the expectations that went around and the all of the letdown that happened from it led to the crash of the fucking industry.
I was just about to make that point. The industry crashed because of that negative percent. And this is before social media.
Thank you.
It was the backlash was so strong back then. It killed the Atari and it killed the social media. Where when Nintendo first came out, they had to trick stores into carrying it.
Yep.
They didn't say it was a video game. They said it was a toy, and that's why everyone the stupid Rob. They included Rob so people would be tricked into thinking it was a toy and not a video game system. That's how bad. Most of these hardcore gamers were not born when all this happened. They didn't know that this has happened before, and I constantly feel like we're getting. I don't know if we're ever going to get that close again, where we're going to have another video game crash. But mobile gaming is really hurt. I mean, I think they're putting the hurt in on console games. That's why PS4 and Xbox One, like you're just seeing all these recycled games that like. Every year you get your Call of Duty and you get your insert franchise here over and over and over again.
I'd say mobile gaming completely killed a lot of the market for people that played the Wii. The people that casually
That's true. I mean, a lot of people kind of don't see that correlation, and we're like, oh, when the Wii U came out, that was around the time when like mobile gaming starting to get the phones were getting much more powerful, and I can play a casual game on my phone. Like that's why going back to week one topic, the Switch, Nintendo's trying to swing back towards this new system is going to go into mobile gaming. But let me bring this back to my original point. All right, these people who are quote unquote the people who call themselves quote unquote hardcore gamers, they are not the ones who support the industry anymore. Like they literally represent 10 to 15% of people who actually buy games now.
And they only buy, I'd say, 4 games, and they are sequels to games that came out before.
Yeah.
You can point out the Madden people, the Call of Duty people, these are people that they call themselves hardcore gamers, but they're only playing one.
See, what's funny? I used to call those people back when I worked at the GameStop when I was younger, in 2003, 2005. Those are the people who only bought Madden or only bought GTA. I called those the casual gamers.
Yeah.
That was casual gaming back then. The people who showed up to your store once a year and bought one game, I'm like, those are the effing casual gamers. Fuck those people. They don't support the store. But now those people they're technically propping up the industry when like you see the marketing campaigns that go behind a Madden or behind a freaking GTA or like later on this year when Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out. I strongly love that game, but they're Take Two, Rockstar, whatever. They're gonna put all their fucking money into making sure everybody knows that game's coming out.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. You have look. I am aware. You got the passion out of me. This is what you wanted. This is what Sam Zia wanted. He wanted me to get pissed. You wanted me to lose my goddamn shit. This is what he wanted. Because I had this great analogy back then when I wrote this original blog years ago. I had this analogy like these people who complain the most on the internet. They're the guys who sit in their car, turn it on, and they're just making noise. And they turn on their car, they're hitting the gas, making noise, but the garage door is closed. and they're just filling up the room with carbon monoxide.
Eventually.
I'm going to complain. I'm not going to buy anything. Fuck. And then slowly, everything's dying around them.
Yeah.
And they're going to die. And they're killing the industry. Slowly. But surely, they don't understand it.
Yeah. I mean, but can you, like, I think you can relate that to, like, every bit of entertainment.
Oh yeah, well, no, but
yeah.
I'm using it as a microcosm because that is what I was exposed to the most.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my everyday life was the gaming industry back when I worked for Nintendo. That's what I fought against.
Yeah.
Like all these GameStop people asking me why Nintendo didn't do the things they wanted. I'm like, because you're not buying things. I mean, that's kind of the core of the argument. I'm like, because you're not giving the money, that's why you're not getting the things that you want.
Yeah.
Like I see on Facebook Live someone's talking about fan made games, but I'm like that's the snake that eats itself. It's like it's like I'm definitely not going to give you money. I'm gonna make the game myself, and I'm gonna get a cease and desist. So instead of going out and buying a game, I'm just gonna make my own, and kind of sort of feeds the problem. We're like, okay, we're providing this free fan made game that all these people are gonna play. And wait, no one's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
All right, and then the times, it's like Nintendo would put out games that were aimed towards the hardcore, and they would sit on shelves at Walmarts and Targets and whatnot. I mean, there was games like fucking Sin and Punishment. That was like a game. All these nerds said, this was a game that came out on Nintendo 64. It was a crazy shooting hardcore game. We want this game. So Nintendo's like, okay, the Wii's really hot. We have 100 million Wii's in the universe. If freaking 0.1% of these people, we'll sell 100,000 copies. All right, cool, awesome. Yeah. They put out the Sin and Punishment game, and nobody bought it. I remember I went out and did demos for that game, and nobody cared. There was a game called Mad World. Nintendo does a new M-rated games. Nintendo did a bunch of crazy M-rated games. There was a game called Mad World where you were chainsawing people in half and doing all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah. What people were asking for, companies tried to provide, and they put that out in the universe, and you know what? Nobody bought it. Nobody bought it. Dumb people like me who had money, I was putting my money into it, but because I'm like, look, I'm a weirdo. I'm gonna put my money into the industry, and hope that there are other people enough people like me who I want to support this, because I've been on the quote unquote creative side, I've been on the business side where I understand that money has to be made for these evil corporations. So they inherently have to see a profit. Yeah. If we see, that's why we get Pokemon games every 2-3 years, because that's the problem. Yeah. I'm sure you see in the comic book industry, dumb events happen because money gets made. DC does the big freaking reboot, and they fuck it, we're gonna go back to what worked. Their sales are doing great now. Yeah, like we quote unquote the people who are still buying comics in a physical way are buying comics. Like you said, it applies to lots of entertainment industries. Like right now, comic book movies are the big shit right now. I'm sure in like 5-6 years at some point there's going to be a burnout, and then they're going to try to find what the next thing is.
I think it's already good.
And people want important, serious movies, but people don't go on. See, there you go. There's another. People want. People complain about comic book movies. Like, oh God, why? Oh, stupid superhero movies. They're so dumb and da 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 da. I want to watch. I want these other movies like these. Because of the corporatization of America, we vote with our wallets. Yeah,
because I mean, look at almost everything that gets nominated for awards. Like half the time, I've never heard of most.
Right?
Of
no, like all the freaking Oscar nominees. I'm like, oh shit, I have to go the Lemleys over here, either in NoHo or over in Pasadena. I got to go to Lemleys to watch some. If I have the money to go watch some of these movies.
Honestly, like right now, the only thing that's nominated that I'm interested in is Arrival. I hear it's really good.
I hear it's really good, but I haven't had a chance to go watch it. But and like me, it's like I want to throw my money at things, but right now I can't afford to. But that's inherently the problem, and that's why I go back where I mentioned the gaming industry primarily is because I feel like the quote unquote hardcore gamers are the most venomous. I mean, they're really venomous when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like they're the first to complain when something doesn't get made, but if something does get put out, they don't buy it. Yeah. Like for years, people there's a Nintendo IP called Earthbound.
Yeah.
It's these crazy RPGs. They put out an any. They I don't know if it was a fan translate. They did a translated version of this original one from the old Nintendo. They put it on the Wii U, and I'm pretty certain it probably not a lot of people downloaded it.
Yeah.
I'm sure people will attribute, oh, Nintendo waited forever to do it. No. I just downloaded an emulator of it anyway. I downloaded the fan version. So, oh wait, so Nintendo finally, gives in and makes it, but people don't buy it.
Yeah.
Now Nintendo is burned, and they're like, oh, why are we going to invest money? Because I think that's another key problem that people don't understand. The game industry today compared to the game industry before. It is so expensive to make a big game.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
it costs freaking millions, and the amount of money that gets thrown into like these giant games nowadays, it's in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Back in the old days, like even as far back as PS1, it used to only cost maybe like $100,000, $200,000 to make a game.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it costs so much money, and like unless it's an indie game, and then a lot of people disregard independent games because there's nothing. The game is only $10. It's probably not worth anything. Why would I want this game? It's like back then there used to be a lot more. Like some of the weird RPGs I played on PS1 were small games, and I fell in love with all these weird games back then because it was a lot more affordable for a game company to make a game. Like nowadays, if you make a game and it doesn't succeed, your freaking studio is gonna get shut down.
Yeah.
Like freaking Disney shut down freaking Avalanche Studios, and it just got revived recently.
Kurt Schilling bankrupted himself with a game that never came out.
Yeah. Baseball player Kurt Schilling tried to make a World of Warcraft-ish kind of game or whatever he was making. This guy made millions of dollars playing baseball, and he blew all of his money on this game. I'm sure it wasn't going to be very good, but like the game industry it's so like if you don't have a success, like now the pass fail now. It used to not be pass fail. Like it's like it's either you succeed or you're out of business. And I think gamers don't understand that that's how it is now. And that's why all these big companies play it so safe now, because the budgets for these games are so ridiculous.
It dwarfs the film industry. Just to put it in perspective with another industry where people think a lot of money is thrown at and people buy, or they always every week, and I don't remember who it was. I may have been you. Somebody else made this point, and it's something that needs to be made. Is that film every week releases the amount of money every movie makes. Yeah. So you know who's doing well in the box office, okay? Now, the amount of money that goes into video games and comes out of video games dwarfs the film industry. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, we don't get the reports on how much the game sold per week. We don't get any real releases from the companies because they don't have any real reason to do it.
You just made me remember something very important. So like what do you call it? So everyone says like Legend of Zelda, big Nintendo title, that makes all the money, right? And people are there was no Zelda with the Wii U at the beginning, that's why it failed. Or they're releasing a Zelda with the Switch. Like back when I worked at Nintendo, so we're gonna get some inside information here. They would show us charts. Like let's say Legend of Zelda, the freaking Twilight Princess, when that came out. Like games like that sell huge the first week and they trickle down to nothing.
Yeah.
At the end. Mm-hmm. And so Nintendo, they got successful with a bunch of those crazy, Brain Age games and all that stuff, that those had this crazy straight line where like they didn't sell out at the beginning, but they sold consistently over the course of multiple years. Yeah. Where like a Zelda freaking would peter out after freaking like 3 months. Like 3 months, it would go from like we sold a shitload of them when the game came out, and then goes down to like it barely sells 3 months later. Where Nintendo had all these other games, like that's inherently, that's why they have a lot of, they technically have a lot of money that they're sitting on right now because of that really hot 2006 through 2008, 2009 time where they made a fuck ton of money. And that's why they were able to fail friggin' the Wii U. And then because they're going to come out strong on this, like from my understanding, they're going to come out strong on this Switch thing. They're going to freaking come out with their freaking arm swinging. But back to I had a point I was making there. And I totally forgot what it was. God damn it!
The amount of money.
The amount of money. No, yeah, the amount of money that's made on some of this other stuff. Like people, they're looking for ways to make money long term.
Yeah.
Because like big titles, they make short money. Like the whole because that's your movie analogy just made me realize that. It's like a lot of these games, it's like a movie where they have to come out strong. Like Call of Duty has to sell $500 million worth on the first day to justify what they put into it.
Exactly.
And that's inherently right now. I think that's the biggest problem. Is like that's the big problem in the industry.
Yeah.
People will say people say they want to buy a game. People say they want certain things and they won't spend the money.
Yeah.
And that was the inherent point. This is like you wanted passion. This is something I feel very strongly about because I watched it happen for years. I literally physically saw it at stores. So, okay, I'm going to stop yelling now. I'm sure many people. Either you really enjoyed that or you really didn't, but I went off on the game industry for a little while. Yeah. That executive producer Sam Zia, that's what he wanted out of me, and we'll see how that does over time here. But
it was fun watching.
I'm sure you enjoyed it, Sam Zia. I'm sure you enjoyed me losing my shit and talking about how gamers are killing the industry. Yeah, and honestly, that's why I'm kind of excited about the Switch because I feel like it's gonna allow people to freaking. My big thing is like I'm gonna buy Street Fighter for the Switch, and I'm gonna carry that son of a bitch around. I'm gonna make people play me. Nice. I keep saying that because that's what I did with the 3DS. We mentioned that here, 2 weeks ago. So, all right. So we've reached. Wow. I only had wanted to go 15 minutes on that, but I went almost a full half hour.
No, and that was good.
On gamers, I really had only wanted to go on a tear for 15 minutes, but I did. So we have reached a full hour. So I'm sorry for the people on Facebook Live who just joined, but if you're listening to this on audio portion, we've reached a full hour. No. So I want to.
And if you want, you can go on the Facebook Live and continue on afterwards. That's fine, but we'll
oh no! I want to stop. I want to stop yelling. Okay. I want to stop yelling. My heart rate. I'm checking my pulse right now. My heart rate is quite high right now. Getting angry about this shit. See, there you go. You got the passion out of me.
Yes.
You pull the demon out. You got Majin Dre. Freaking like
You got the Bushido. You got the Bushido.
You got the Bushido out of me.
You got the Bushido out of you. Yes.
You get the red
So next week, I don't know, we're going to find some, we're going to probably start with some soft topics, and then I might go off on something else again. Yay. So, for executive producer Sam Zia, what is your Twitter handle, Sam?
At SamZ570, at SamZ570.
All right, and Pete Malini, what is your Twitter handle, my friend?
At nostalgic_comics. And
you can follow my show, you can follow the show at Dre GP at Dre GP podcast, and whatever.
That was well done.
That was well done. No, I'm so angry right now. I can't think straight. So, for all of you watching at Facebook Live, thank you for watching. For anyone listening to this as a podcast, thank you for listening. I love you all. We'll see you, live listeners. We'll see you next week at 8 p.m. Thank you. Have a good night. I love you.